gently laid aside before the break of dawn, as the weary gray clouds finally surrendered at the edge of the falling rain. In your embrace I awaken slowly, touched by the fragile seed of a new beginning. And suddenly the horizon of this life began to shine once more. This morning breeze wraps warmth around my soul, while nature hums softly beside us, like an old jazz melody floating through the golden sunrise. After wandering through endless loneliness, after carrying thirst within my heart for far too long, at last I have found the cool and peaceful water that calms my weary soul. Your love arrived quietly, not with thunder, but like gentle rain falling upon a forgotten garden. The piano drifts softly through the room, each note glowing warmly, like morning light touching your skin, while the saxophone whispers promises too beautiful for words. And for the first time in forever, I no longer feel afraid of tomorrow. The night that once held sorrow has melted into dawn, and the wounds I carried silently begin to heal inside your arms. So if love ever comes knocking at the door of your heart, do not turn away. Do not let fear silence the miracle waiting to enter. Because sometimes, after the darkest storms, love returns quietly, wearing the scent of rain, the warmth of sunrise, and the softness of jazz, playing slowly in the morning air. Stay with me as this new day begins. Let us walk together beyond the shadows we survived, toward a horizon filled with hope, tenderness, and endless love. And if the rain falls again someday, hold me close, so we may listen together to the rhythm of the world, beating softly like a timeless jazz song inside our hearts. quietly beneath the shadows, now blooms again with unexpected beauty. I do not know why, but ever since you came into my life, the world feels softer, warmer, almost alive again. Tonight the jazz piano dances gently, like morning dew touching flower petals, while the trumpet hums softly through the midnight air. You are the orchid I cherish, the fragile beauty I never want to lose. And when sadness touches your eyes, it feels as though the sun itself refuses to shine upon the world. Your smile carries light, your laughter awakens silence, and your presence turns lonely evenings into beautiful melodies. My heart belongs to you, only to you. Every hidden corner of my soul has quietly surrendered itself into your hands. You are my queen, the jewel resting inside my weary heart, the dream I carry gently through every passing hour. I think of you constantly in the quiet mornings, in the falling rain, in the slow rhythm of jazz, echoing through empty cafés at midnight, like flowers reborn after dawn. My hopes begin to bloom again. You came into my life like fresh dew upon sleeping gardens, reviving dreams I thought had already withered away. And now, for the first time in so long, I can almost see happiness waiting ahead. Perhaps love truly works like music, softly, slowly, healing wounds we never speak about. The candles flicker beside us, the night glows in velvet blue, and every note floating through the room feels like a promise from destiny. If tomorrow ever brings darkness, stay beside me still, because with you even sorrow becomes beautiful, and without you even the brightest morning would lose its color. So let this night linger forever, wrapped in moonlight, jazz melodies, and the fragrance of blooming orchids that remind me endlessly of you. If only I could turn back time, rewind every fragile moment that has already slipped away, just to remain beside you forever. Tonight the rain falls softly against the cafe windows, while an old jazz piano whispers regrets into the dark. I sit alone, holding memories like unfinished songs, wondering how love could become this complicated. It was never my intention to pull you too deeply into a story that was never meant to exist. You came into my life gently, like moonlight touching quiet water. And before I realized it, your love had already wrapped itself around my lonely heart. But destiny can be cruel, because even while you loved me sincerely, a part of me still belonged to someone else. And that truth hurts more than words can explain. I do not have the heart to wound someone as pure as you, yet I also do not have the courage to love you completely, while another name still lingers inside my soul. The saxophone cries softly tonight, as though it understands the weight of impossible love, the kind that blooms beautifully only to fade beneath silence. You already know the truth. You know that even now, even while I sit here thinking of you, part of me remains with her, and still you continue loving me. That is what breaks me the most, because your love feels warm, honest, and painfully real, while I stand before you as someone divided by memory. If I could rewrite fate, perhaps I would choose differently. Perhaps I would meet you at another time, another life, when my heart was still free to give entirely. But tonight, all I can offer are these quiet confessions, wrapped inside a slow jazz melody, and the sorrow hidden behind my smile. So forgive me if I sometimes pull away, if my eyes look lost in distant thoughts, or if my silence says more than my words ever could. is not because I do not care. It is because loving you while still belonging to someone else feels like watching a beautiful dream slowly disappear before dawn. And yet, even knowing all this, you stay under the dim golden lights, with music floating softly through the smoke. I realize something heartbreaking. Sometimes the purest love is the one we are too broken to fully return.
It's not that I'm untouched by the sweetness of your words, or the way your eyes glance softly at me, like a melody I cannot ignore. Every time you smile shyly, every little teasing laugh you give, my heart begins to tremble quietly beneath the glow of midnight lights. The jazz piano plays gently tonight, slow and warm like a secret confession, while the saxophone drifts through the air, carrying feelings too delicate to speak aloud. Sometimes I wanna whisper, I think I'm falling in love with you. But somehow my heart grows timid, and the words disappear before reaching my lips. You're still a girl in school, walking through hallways filled with dreams, wearing innocence like the morning sunlight after rain. Perhaps this is not yet the right time for promises too deep or emotions too heavy, for hearts still learning how to grow. So let this feeling remain beautiful, like a soft jazz tune played quietly in the corner of a late night cafe. No pressure, no rushing destiny, only admiration blooming gently between passing glances and shy smiles. Come back to me someday, maybe 2 or 3 years from now, when time has taught us both what love truly means. And perhaps then, under another moonlit evening, with the same old jazz melody floating softly through the night, I will finally have the courage to hold your hand hesitation until that day. Let me simply remember you as the beautiful girl who once made my restless heart beat a little faster every time she looked my way. Children of the city streets, lost butterflies beneath neon skies, wandering through the endless glow of a restless metropolitan night, surrounded by millions of people, yet drowning quietly in loneliness. They laugh among the crowded avenues while carrying storms inside their hearts. No place to confess their sorrow, no warm arms waiting at home, and the love they once searched for feels like nothing more than a beautiful illusion. The jazz trumpets sigh softly tonight, blending with distant traffic lights, as lonely souls drift through midnight like forgotten dreams beneath the rain. Young girls of the city, blooming like fragile flowers in concrete gardens, spend their nights waiting endlessly for a love forbidden by circumstance. They live between hope and anxiety, between desire and restraint, longing to hold someone close, yet trapped behind invisible walls built by expectation and pride. No blessing to unite their hearts, no permission to love freely, only silent tears hidden carefully behind elegant smiles and painted eyes. And somewhere high above the city, children born into luxury stare out through glass windows, searching for peace money could never buy. They own everything except time, except warmth, except the simple comfort of truly being understood. Their parents chase endless ambition, becoming servants to success, while their children grow up surrounded by noise, but starving for affection. The piano drifts slowly through the smoky lounge, each note carrying stories of hearts abandoned by modern life, of souls exhausted by empty glamour. Tonight the city shines beautifully, but behind every glowing tower lies another lonely heart waiting to be seen. Because in this metropolitan world, People learn how to survive, but slowly forget how to truly love. And so the children of the streets, the girls filled with restless longing, and the lonely heirs of wealth continue walking beneath the same moon, searching for something simple, a place to belong, a hand to hold, and a love that feels real enough to heal the silence inside them, while the jazz keeps playing softly and the city never sleeps.
Whenever the night slowly arrives before me, and the city fades into silence, my heart always returns to you. Under the dim glow of midnight lamps, with soft jazz echoing through empty streets, I still remember the love I could never forget. Every melody tonight feels wrapped around your name. Every lonely saxophone cry sounds like the sorrow inside my soul. And now I realize all of this heartbreak, all of this distance was born from my own mistakes. If only I had loved you better, if only I had held you tighter, perhaps you would still be here beside me, instead of living only in memories. Yet even now, after everything that happened, I am still hopelessly in love with you. Come back to me, oh please come back to me. Let me hold you once again inside these weary arms, where your heartbeat once rested softly against the quiet rhythm of mine. Forget the pain of yesterday, forget the tears, forget every shadow that stood between us. Tonight, let the rain wash away our sorrow. Let the piano play slowly for us, and let love begin again, like an old jazz song, reborn after midnight. Sleep here beside me, wrapped safely within my embrace, while the moon watches silently through the window of this lonely room. My darling, no matter how far you wander, no matter how many seasons pass, this heart still belongs to you. Because even after all the hurt, even after all the silence, I still whisper your name like a prayer into the night. The candles burn low, the city grows colder, but my love for you has never disappeared. So come back before the final song fades away, before the stars surrender to dawn, and before this aching heart learns how to live without you. My love, I still love you more deeply than words or music could ever explain.
The moment you walked past the front of my house, the whole evening suddenly changed. There was something in your style, the way you carried yourself, so effortless, so unforgettable, that my eyes could no longer look away. Beneath the glow of streetlights and the whisper of warm midnight rain, I stood frozen, completely mesmerized by you. Who are you, beautiful stranger? My restless heart keeps asking softly, longing to know your name before the night disappears. Tell me, where do you come from? Where does your laughter sleep at night? And where is the place that gets to call itself your home? The jazz piano played slowly nearby, while the saxophone melted into the darkness, as if the music itself had fallen in love with you too. I wanted to walk beside you, to offer a simple greeting, to turn one passing glance into the beginning of forever. Because ever since that night, your face has stayed inside my dreams. Your smile, your graceful
the softness hidden in your eyes. They follow me everywhere, like a beautiful melody I cannot escape. And now this heart feels intoxicated by love. A strange sweetness blooms inside me, like flowers opening quietly under moonlight after rain. Oh God, please help this trembling soul, because I think I have truly fallen in love. Not slowly, not carefully, but all at once. The city grows quieter tonight, yet my heartbeat only grows louder, keeping rhythm with every jazz note, floating through the smoky midnight air. Maybe this is what destiny feels like. One fleeting moment, one passing stranger, and suddenly the world no longer feels the same. If only you knew how deeply your presence touched me, you might understand why even the stars above seem brighter tonight. So if fate is kind, let our paths cross once more, and perhaps next time I will finally gather the courage to say the words hidden inside this aching heart. I love you from the very first moment I saw you walk by.
A silent and peaceful universe, where frozen clouds embrace the endless sky, I stand beneath the fading blue horizon, listening to the weary sighs of the wind. The night moves slowly, wrapped in velvet shadows, while distant jazz melodies drift softly through the sleeping city. For so long I have stared at the lines upon my hands, searching for meaning inside a life marked by emptiness. Every scar, every broken dream, every lonely memory paints the portrait of a soul standing quietly apart from the world. Tonight the piano sounds colder, each note falling gently, like rain upon forgotten streets. and the saxophone mourns softly for all the things time could never heal. My weary heart wanders endlessly through dreams, trying to rediscover something pure enough to believe in again. I keep running through the shadows, along the fragile edges of passing days, carrying the weight of destiny that follows silently behind me. Sometimes I wonder, are we only travelers, lost inside our own reflections? Or is there truly an eternal light waiting somewhere beyond the sorrow, beyond the loneliness, beyond the endless blue? The candles flicker beside half-empty glasses, smoke dances beneath golden lights, and every old jazz refrain tonight feels like a conversation with my soul. I have walked through seasons of heartbreak, through storms no one else could see, yet still this restless spirit refuses to surrender completely. Because somewhere deep within the silence, the fragile hope still breathes. Perhaps beyond the darkness, beyond karma and regret, there exists a place where wounded hearts finally become whole. A place where memories no longer hurt, where loneliness disappears into music, and where love returns as softly as dawn after rain. Until that moment arrives, I will continue walking slowly through this midnight life, accompanied only by jazz, moonlight, and the quiet ache of searching for eternal light. Is there somewhere beyond this weary existence an everlasting glow, waiting for souls like mine? Quiet evening, in a season long gone, soft rain was falling gently across the fading twilight, and there you were, standing beneath the silver drizzle, bathed in the dim colors of a distant rainbow. your face glowing softly, like a dream too beautiful to touch. I could not stop staring at you, lost completely in the fragile magic of that moment. Then suddenly you smiled at me, and ever since that night I have regretted one thing. I never truly understood what your smile was trying to say. The jazz piano played low and tender, while the saxophone carried sorrow through the rainy evening air, as though the music already knew your pain. With trembling hands, you wiped away your tears, then quietly whispered about the loneliness hidden inside your heart. In that instant, something deep within me broke softly, because after hearing your story, after learning how long you had carried your sadness alone, all I wanted was to heal the wounds inside you. Widori, beautiful as the moon above midnight waters, gentle and distant, yet impossible to forget. Widori, like a painting touched by rain and candlelight, too graceful for this imperfect world. Tonight the city glows in shades of blue, streetlights shimmer against the wet pavement, and every old jazz melody feels written only for you. Open the door of your heart for me, just a little, and let me stay beside you when the nights become too cold to bear. I do not promise endless riches, nor a perfect life without sorrow, but I promise this: you will never face your tears alone again, because your sadness now has quietly become part of my soul. Widori, if love still frightens you, then let me love you slowly, like soft music drifting through midnight rain. Let me hold your fragile heart gently, like the final note of an old romantic jazz song, too precious to disappear. And if someday you finally learn how to smile again, I hope it will be because you discovered peace inside my arms. Widori, oh my beautiful Widori, no matter how many seasons pass, this heart will always choose you. Forever accompanied by rain, moonlight, and the endless sound of jazz playing softly through the night. finally received your letter, the one my heart had feared for so long. Somewhere deep inside, long before the words arrived, I already knew this ending would someday come. Perhaps I always felt too small beside your world, too broken, too ordinary to become the love you truly deserved. And so I was not surprised when your goodbye unfolded slowly between the trembling lines of ink. Outside the cafe window, rain fell softly onto empty streets, while an old jazz piano played like a wounded memory. Congratulations, my love, for the new life you have chosen. May happiness follow your footsteps wherever destiny carries you now. As for me, I will quietly accept the fate written for my lonely heart. Please take these flowers, a final symbol of a love once pure and sincere, a love that belonged only to you. The trumpet sighs gently tonight, like it understands how difficult it is to release someone still living inside your soul. Do not worry about me anymore, let me fade away like passing clouds after the storm, like old melodies people barely remember. Perhaps from the very beginning I should never have fallen this deeply for you, because loving you has become a beautiful sorrow that refuses to leave my chest. And now every midnight feels heavier than before. Every jazz song sounds like your name, whispered slowly across the darkness. Still, even after all this pain, I cannot curse your happiness, because true love, no matter how wounded, still wishes peace for the person it cannot keep. I will remember the warmth of your laughter, the softness of your eyes, and every fragile promise we once believed forever. Now all those memories drift through my mind like cigarette smoke beneath dim golden lights, slowly disappearing into silence. If someday you hear a lonely jazz melody floating through the rain, perhaps somewhere within the music you will remember me too. Not as someone who failed, but as someone who tried.
fading echoes of our unfinished love.
Tonight I came back to your city after so many years apart, drawn by memories I could never silence inside the deepest corners of my heart. It has been far too long since our paths last crossed, yet every street here still remembers everything we once were. I walk slowly beneath the evening lights, hoping somehow to relive those old days when we wandered together endlessly through rain-soaked roads and midnight cafés. Though now my life belongs to another, and yours perhaps does too. There are certain memories in this world time can never undo, because every corner of this city still carries traces of you, like faded jazz melodies floating softly through the blue. Along this road of memories we used to walk hand in hand, two young hearts believing forever was something fate had already planned. Along this road of memories you held me close against the rain, and every gentle touch you gave still lingers like sweet aching pain. The drizzle falling that early month made the whole night feel divine. Streetlights shimmered gold upon your face, while your heartbeat rested against mine. The jazz piano played softly somewhere, hidden behind smoky windows and wine. And the saxophone cried like an old confession, too beautiful to leave behind. I remember your laughter in the rain, the warmth beneath your coat, the way silence between us always felt more meaningful than words ever wrote. Tonight I walk those same old streets again. But everything feels slower now, as though the city itself has aged, carrying the weight of forgotten vows. Still, when the midnight breeze touched my skin, for one fragile moment, it felt like you were beside me again. Maybe love never truly disappears. Maybe it only changes form, becoming old songs, quiet tears, and memories that survive every storm. So if someday you also return here and hear distant jazz beneath the rain, perhaps you too will stop and remember how deeply we once loved in vain. Because some roads are not made for forgetting, some nights refuse to fade away, and some hearts continue loving silently, long after goodbye was said.
Side by side we wander, moving gently through life together, beautiful as flowers blooming quietly inside a midnight garden after rain. You, my beloved, graceful like a soaring bird, the one my heart adores, beyond every word and melody. How happy we once were, laughing beneath open skies, running hand in hand as though sorrow could never find us. We chased each other through golden fields, forgetting every wound and every tear. From crowded cities to silent villages, from mountains high to oceans clear. And everywhere we travel, music seemed to follow us, like soft jazz drifting through warm summer nights, under glowing cafe lights. My love, my darling, even the birds sang sweeter whenever you smiled at me, as if the whole world understood echoed around us, bright and free, while love slowly unfolded like a timeless melody. The piano dances softly, the saxophone sways in blue, and every gentle note tonight feels wrapped around memories of you. No more sadness, no more lonely tears. Come back beside me, darling, and let us walk through life again. Whether through joy or hardship, through sunshine or storm, I only ever wanted to face the world with you. Oh, my precious love, sometimes I wonder if you were only a dream, too beautiful to stay. Yet even if time steals everything, I will keep your memory safely hidden inside the quiet chambers of my heart. Because your affection, your tenderness, your endless warmth have become part of my soul forever. Tonight the rain falls slowly, streetlights shimmer gold and white, and somewhere an old jazz orchestra still plays our song through the night. If destiny allows, meet me once more beneath the moon, where flowers sway softly in the breeze, and forgotten lovers reunite too soon. Until then, I will hold your love carefully, like the final note of a beautiful song that never truly fades away. Say you love me. Please don't be shy tonight. This heart of mine is waiting for your honest reply. Whatever words you choose, I will accept them tenderly, even if I must wait forever beneath this lonely melody. Love, please call this feeling love. Don't let hesitation steal the moment, because my restless heart
can no longer endure the silence. The jazz piano sways softly, like moonlight dancing on rainy streets, while the saxophone whispers low and aching to the rhythm of my heartbeat. I've waited through endless evenings, counting every passing star, yet none of them could distract me from wondering where you are. Millions of lights may shine above us, but I would ignore them all if only your voice tonight would answer my secret call. Could it be possible that you and I might someday become one, even though the world says we are too different, too distant, too impossible for love. Still, every time you look at me, the universe suddenly feels smaller, like fate itself quietly pulling two lonely souls closer together. So please, don't say goodbye. Don't tell me this feeling must end, because my heart has already traveled too far to turn back again. The rain outside grows heavier, candlelight flickers golden blue, and every old jazz song tonight feels written only for you. This longing inside me has become impossible to hide, a sweet unbearable ache burning slowly deep inside. Oh darling, don't make me wait too long, because this heart is trembling and this love has grown too strong. I can no longer survive pretending I do not care, when every breath I take tonight still searches for you there. So come closer beside me before the music fades away, and let this endless midnight romance finally hear the words we're afraid to say.
It's been such a long time since we went our separate ways, and somehow I feel you are no longer alone tonight.
My life has changed as well. Another heart now fills the emptiness. Yet somewhere beneath my quiet smile, your memory still remains.
You never need to know how deeply I still miss you, because perhaps by now you've already found your happiness. But if one night you happen to hear this lonely jazz song, then know the truth, I still ache for you more than words belong.
The piano drifts softly through midnight smoke. The saxophone cries low and blue, and every trembling note tonight still carries echoes of you.
Maybe it's wrong to keep dreaming of your face, because you are no longer the person I once embraced.
Still, no matter how hard I try, this forbidden longing refuses to disappear. Like rain against an old cafe window, whispering memories into my ear.
Even though this longing hurts me deeply, I'll keep it buried far inside, hidden beneath polite laughter, where secret heartbreaks quietly hide.
So let me hold back this love I can no longer show, a forbidden yearning the world can never know. You never need to understand the silence inside my soul, because perhaps your life now has already become whole.
But if someday these lyrics reach your heart, please believe me when I say,
no distance, no passing years have truly taken you away.
the trumpet trembles gently, like old wounds refusing to heal,
while candlelight flickers slowly across emotions we still feel.
though I try to lock these feelings away, though I try to let them die,
every melody reminds me of the tears we never cried.
I hide this longing deep inside my heart, praying no one else can see.
Because some loves become forbidden, even when they never cease to be.
So let me keep it silent,
Let me bury it alone,
like unfinished jazz melody,
still searching for a home.
this forbidden longing for you
Will remain with me forever.
The rain keeps falling through the midnight, the city glows in shades of blue,
And every lonely jazz refrain tonight still sounds like I belong with you.
though fate has taken us elsewhere,
And time has changed what we once knew.
somewhere beneath these endless stars,
Our hearts still remember the truth.
the sky that night was drowning in starlight, and the moon shined beautifully across the silent city. Its beauty only deepened the sadness inside me. The jazz piano played softly in the corner, while silver rain kissed the cafe windows, and every glowing light around us felt like a memory already fading away. Tonight I must leave you behind for a while, to walk the winding roads of my life, to chase the uncertain destiny waiting somewhere beyond this lonely midnight. Please don't be afraid, and don't let doubt fill your heart. Just give me one last smile before the distance tears us apart, because your smile tonight is the only warmth I wish to carry through the coldness of the world ahead. Goodbye, my love, until the day we meet again. I promise this farewell will not last forever. Like an old jazz song, returning softly after silence. I may be gone beneath unfamiliar skies, traveling through cities filled with strangers. But no matter how far I wander, my heart will still belong beside you. The saxophone cries low and tender, like it understands our pain, while candlelight trembles gently against the rhythm of the rain. And if someday you miss me, look at the moon above, because beneath that same pale light I will be thinking of your love. This separation is only temporary, just a brief passage through time, a small distance between two hearts still beating in the same rhythm tonight. So wait for me, darling, keep our memories alive, and I will return to your arms, like music returning after the final note survives. Until then, let the stars protect your dreams, let the night breeze whisper my name, and let this endless jazz romance remain forever the same. Because true love never disappears, even when oceans stand in between. It simply waits patiently for the moment two souls reunite again.
My soul now feels like a restless bird, its wings set free, yet its body still trapped inside a golden cage. Everything around me shines beautifully, but somehow I still cannot breathe. Luxury means nothing when the heart remains imprisoned, and all I truly long for is the endless open sky. I want to escape far beyond these silent walls, into the wide embrace of life, where freedom finally calls. Tonight, the jazz piano plays softly, like a lonely confession after midnight, while the saxophone drifts through smoke and rain, carrying pieces of my soul into the night. And suddenly, for the first time in so long, I begin to taste the sweetness of simply being alive. The universe feels closer now, its beauty pouring through my veins, washing away old sorrow like warm summer rain. Enough, enough of all the suffering, enough carrying invisible wounds, hidden behind polite smiles in empty rooms. I have spent too many years drowning quietly inside sadness, trying to survive inside expectations that never truly belonged to me. But now is my time. Now I want to live freely. I want my heart to finally speak, to pour out every buried feeling to someone who understands the language of a wounded spirit, because my soul belongs to art, to music, to midnight poetry and fragile dreams, like an old jazz melody, too emotional to explain. Perhaps that is why I have always felt different, like a stranger searching for home inside songs no one else hears. Still,
I hope someday my friends will understand that behind every silence lives a storm of emotion, and behind every melody lives a soul trying to heal. The trumpet cries low and beautiful, the piano answers tenderly, and somewhere beneath the city lights my spirit finally begins to breathe. No more chains hidden behind gold, no more pretending to feel complete. I only want a simple freedom to live honestly, and let my soul create in peace. So if you hear my music drifting through rainy streets late at night, know that every note carries the sound of someone finally learning how to fly.
As gentle as the morning dew, that was the moment I chose you, my love. Beneath the golden break of dawn, your beauty made the whole world new. Your lips were crimson like blooming flowers, softly scented like evening rain, and every breath that drifted from you wrapped itself around my soul again. Your hair fell freely on your shoulders like midnight silk beneath the light, while the old guitar kept softly singing through the quiet warmth of night. Oh, darling, the way you smiled completely ruined me, like the sweetest jazz melody, floating slowly through candle smoke and wine. The sound of the guitar trembled softly, tender as wind across the trees, as green and peaceful as summer meadows, dancing beneath the silver breeze. And the love inside my chest burned brighter with every glance, a fire wrapped in tenderness, a timeless slow romantic dance. So let me kiss you gently tonight, my beautiful untouched heart, and let this moment live forever. Before
for the stars and dawn must part. Come fly away beside me, darling. Leave every fear and shadow behind. For every road I walk from now on only has meaning if you are mine. My love for you burns like sunlight, warm enough to heal the cold, yet soft as morning winds in springtime, too delicate for hands to hold. The saxophone begins to whisper, the piano answers low and blue, while the city sleeps beneath the rain, and all my thoughts belong to you. Your eyes shine brighter than the moonlight, your touch feels sweeter than old wine, and every second near your heartbeat makes eternity feel close tonight. If heaven ever sent a miracle, surely it arrived through you, wrapped in perfume, music and silence, beneath the tender morning dew. So stay here close within my arms, where all lonely hearts find peace, and let this endless jazz romance never fade, never cease.
Stained with sorrow, covered in mud and fading light, that is where you stand now, lost somewhere between darkness and night. And still I can hardly believe it. Once I admired you like a beautiful melody, like a timeless jazz song drifting softly through smoke. A soul so full of wonder and fire, no sadness could ever seem to choke. Even now, after everything, a part of me still waits for you, still hoping somewhere beneath the ruin, the person I once loved remains true. Why did life carry you this far away? No, don't answer. Some wounds become too deep for words to say. The piano plays low in the distance, its notes falling slow like rain, while a lonely trumpet trembles softly with the sound of old heartbreak and pain. And sometimes I imagine taking your trembling hand again, leading you back toward the sunlight, away from all this sorrow and shame. Back to the days when laughter still lived brightly in your eyes, back before the world grew colder and buried your dreams beneath lies. So leave behind the broken memories, forget the shadows chasing you. Let the past dissolve like midnight smoke into skies once clear and blue. Pretend it was only the wind passing, a storm already gone away. Not every mistake deserves to haunt a soul forever each day. Tell me, how long will you continue like this? Do you truly wish to remain inside this endless loneliness? Because somewhere deep inside your silence, I still hear the person you used to be. And that fragile echo keeps reminding me, not all fallen hearts are beyond remedy. The rain outside keeps falling gently, streetlights shimmer gold and gray, and every jazz note through the darkness still carries your name away. Maybe redemption comes slowly, maybe broken souls can heal. Maybe love is not about perfection, but believing wounds can still become real. So if one night you finally grow tired of running from your own reflection, come back before it's too late, before regret becomes your only direction. And perhaps beneath the fading moonlight, with old jazz songs drifting above, we can sit together once more and remember the meaning of love. Tonight I write this song for you, beneath the glow of midnight blue. Though these words may not be perfect, every note still carries truth. A lonely piano softly trembles, while the rain falls slow outside. And somewhere through the smoky silence, your memory stays alive. I wrote these verses to remind you the promises you once made, the whispers spoken in the darkness, before distance pulled us away. There is only one thing I ask of you. Please don't ever forget my name. Even if years keep passing slowly and life no longer feels the same, no matter what this world may bring, please keep your heart forever strong. Don't let sweet and poisonous voices lead your fragile soul wrong. I know temptation walks beside us, dressed in words both smooth and kind. But true love is not easily broken by wandering hearts or restless minds. So hold tightly to our memories, to the nights beneath the stars, to every trembling jazz confession we shared inside those candlelit bars. The saxophone cries low and tender, like longing drifting through the dark, while every note becomes another letter written from my lonely heart. Years have passed since we were together, yet it feels far longer than time, like an endless winter without your laughter, without your hand resting in mine. 1,000 nights have come and faded, and still my soul returns to you, because some loves are far too sacred to disappear the way others do. Oh, my beloved girl, the one my heart still calls its own. Even oceans and years between us cannot make this love move on. So if someday you hear soft jazz floating gently through the rain, think of me beside the window, still whispering your name. And know this truth until forever, no matter how far life may roam, my love has never left your side and never found another home. long as we continue living like this, there will never be a peaceful melody between your heart and mine. The warmth we once defended has slowly turned into silence, and every moment together now feels like a beautiful lie we keep alive. Our smiles have become performances, our laughter only part of the act, like two lonely strangers pretending nothing has cracked. The jazz piano keeps playing softly, but even the music sounds tired tonight, as cigarette smoke curls through the darkness beneath pale cafe lights. Once, love between us tasted sweet, so sweet that we lost ourselves inside it, drifting too far into dreams we thought would never end. But somewhere along the way, affection became obligation, and tenderness slowly faded into quiet frustration. Still, I keep trying to stay beside you, even when our hearts walk different roads, even when every conversation feels heavier than before. There are nights I sit alone in silence, listening to the rain against the glass, wondering if love can survive after too much pain has passed. Yet I continue searching again and again for the gentlest path forward, for a way to save what remains. Because I do not want us to become another tragic memory, another old jazz song played only for lonely souls at midnight. I search for a road without regret, without tears left falling in the dark, a place where two tired hearts can finally breathe without breaking apart. The saxophone cries low beside me, like sorrow wrapped in blue, while every note keeps whispering, I still don't want to lose you. Maybe love is not always fireworks, not always endless ecstasy. Sometimes love is simply choosing to stay through uncertainty. And though we are wounded, though we barely understand each other now, a small part of me still believes we can heal somehow. So before the fire
Because the saddest kind of heartbreak is not the moment two people part, but when they stay together too long after love has already left the heart.
Dark clouds gather inside a restless heart tonight, while leaves fall slowly one by one into the silence beside me. The season we once shared now feels like a distant dream, a fading memory wrapped in cold midnight rain and unfinished longing. I once lost myself completely inside your embrace, believing forever could truly belong to us. But seasons change quietly, and love, no matter how beautiful, sometimes slips away like autumn wind through trembling hands. Now nothing remains mine anymore. That chapter has passed. The sunlight we held together has already moved beyond the horizon, leaving only echoes inside an empty room. The jazz piano plays softly tonight, slow and melancholy, like a lonely soul trying to survive heartbreak with grace. Outside the cafe window, the city glows beneath falling rain, but inside me there is only silence. I wait anxiously for the first drop of morning dew, for the gentle promise that pain does not last forever. Even the sun feels difficult to face, as though its brightness reminds me too much of what I have lost. Yet somewhere beneath this sorrow, a quiet hope still survives, because storms never stay forever. The thunder may shake the sky, the wind may tear apart the flowers, and the night may seem endless, but eventually the storm will pass. Yes, the storm will pass. The saxophone cries gently in the darkness, carrying away every shattered memory, every sleepless night, every unanswered prayer. And perhaps one morning, when the rain finally disappears, I will learn how to smile again. Perhaps the flowers will bloom once more, and the wounded heart inside me will no longer fear tomorrow. So tonight, let the jazz keep playing softly. Let the rain fall without regret, and let my weary soul remember, no sadness lasts forever. Because after every broken season, after every lonely midnight, after every storm, the dawn still comes. And someday, so will peace.